The wind howls across the frozen Yukon, carrying with it the echoes of ambition. In this land of endless wilderness, men and women have spent years breaking their backs in pursuit of one thing: gold. Every bucket of dirt turned, every hour lost to exhaustion, and every machine that roars to life under the Arctic sun brings them closer to fortune or ruin. And now, as the new mining season dawns, the chase begins again. This fall, Gold Rush returns for its 16th season, premiering Friday, November 7th, at 8/7C on Discovery Channel. The world has changed since these miners last took to the fields, but the lure of gold remains as powerful as ever. With prices skyrocketing to a record-breaking $3,800 per ounce, the stakes are higher than anyone could have imagined. For some, this could be the year they secure their legacy. For others, it might be their final stand. According to Discovery, Season 16 will bring unprecedented gold prices and all-time high stakes. The show teases a historic year, with the miners collectively closing in on $100 million worth of gold, the richest total in the series' long history. But as each crew battles unforgiving weather, failing machines, and rising tensions, fortunes and friendships hang in the balance. In a season described as a cutthroat scramble, familiar faces return to: Parker Schnabel, Tony Beets, and Rick Ness, each with something to prove, and each willing to risk everything for their shot at the Yukon's treasure. After a rocky and chaotic Season 15 that nearly derailed his empire, Parker Schnabel returns with a vengeance. He's determined to reclaim his title as one of the most successful miners in the Klondike and silence anyone who doubts his leadership. Parker's strategy this season is nothing short of audacious. He's running 4 wash plants, operating over 60 heavy machines, and spending more than $100,000 a day just to keep his massive operation moving. But success doesn't come easy. As Parker takes on more ground and more responsibility, he's also reshaping his team's structure, bringing in new faces and testing old loyalties. His relentless drive for gold pushes everyone, including himself, to their breaking point. For Parker, it's not just about money, it's about proving he's still the best miner in the game after a season that left his reputation bruised and his crew fractured. Meanwhile, the legendary Tony Beets, famously known as the King of the Klondike, is setting his sights higher than ever. After a record-breaking gold haul last year, Tony starts off strong, hitting a $500,000 payday in just 1 week thanks to an early season strike. But his success is short-lived. Behind the scenes, Tony faces a wave of personal and professional turmoil. Crew disagreements boil over, and long-standing family tensions begin to threaten the stability of his entire mining empire. Tony is forced to make some of the toughest decisions of his career, including firing key crew members, just to keep his operation alive. Amid the chaos, Tony's son Kevin Beets steps up in his second full year as a mine boss. Determined to prove that he can lead without relying on his father's oversight, Kevin sets an ambitious goal to double last season's gold total. His leadership is put to the test as he tries to manage the family's equipment, the crew, and his own growing ambitions, all while trying to keep the Beets legacy intact. For Rick Ness, this season begins on the brink of collapse. He starts off the year with no water license, no claim, and only half his crew, forcing him to dig deep and take risks few would dare to attempt. Refusing to give up, Rick makes a bold, make-or-break gamble on a new piece of ground, one that could either turn his luck around or completely wipe him out. But with his financial resources dwindling and his team stretched thin, Rick's season quickly becomes a desperate race against time. He's under immense pressure to deliver results, not just for his investors and fans, but for himself. After his long struggle with personal setbacks in recent years, Rick sees Season 16 as a chance to rebuild his career, his confidence, and his future in the gold mining world. The new trailer sets the tone for what's to come, capturing both the spirit and the brutality of life in the Yukon. A narrator's voice echoes over shots of roaring wash plants, collapsing sluices, and tense moments between miners. In the wild Yukon, you're only as big as your dreams, and some of us dream quite big. But dreams can only get you so far. You need to work hard. You need to tame the land. And only then are you able to stand tall, become bigger than your dreams. Those words perfectly sum up what's at stake this season. With gold prices at historic highs, every ounce pulled from the ground could mean the difference between millionaire success and financial ruin. Each miner is fighting not only against the harsh elements of the Klondike but also against each other as they all chase the same golden goal. As the season unfolds, fans can expect explosive confrontations, unexpected alliances, and jaw-dropping gold totals. Old rivalries resurface while new faces challenge the established order of the mining hierarchy. The race to reach the $100 million mark will test every miner's resilience and determination like never before. Parker Schnabel's redemption arc, Tony Beets' family turmoil, Kevin's bid for independence, and Rick Ness' desperate gamble create a perfect storm of ambition and tension. This is Gold Rush at its rawest, where every mistake costs thousands of dollars, and every success brings massive reward. With unprecedented gold prices, sky-high ambitions, and unforgiving challenges, Gold Rush Season 16 is shaping up to be one of the most intense and emotional seasons yet. The miners are all in, risking everything for one final shot at glory before the Yukon winter slams the door shut. Don't miss the explosive return of Gold Rush when it premieres Friday, November 7th, at August 7th C on Discovery Channel. This fall, fortunes will rise, empires will crumble, and dreams will be tested in the wildest, richest season of Gold Rush history. The Yukon is buzzing with excitement and tension as Gold Rush returns for its 16th season. This year, gold prices have reached an all-time high of $3,800 per ounce, a number that promises record-breaking paydays but also unprecedented risks. For mine owners like Parker Schnabel, Tony Beets, and Rick Ness, this season represents both a golden opportunity and a heavy burden. At first glance, record gold prices might seem like every miner's dream. After all, more money per ounce means greater profits, and in a business where every scoop of dirt counts, those numbers can change everything. But as fans will soon see in Gold Rush Season 16, higher gold prices don't just raise rewards, they also raise expectations, costs, and competition. When gold prices surge, the potential for massive profit grows, and so does the pressure to mine more. Parker Schnabel, who runs one of the largest operations in the Klondike, faces this reality head-on. After last season's rough performance, he's determined to bounce back and prove that he can dominate the field once again. But running a modern mining empire is expensive. Parker is burning through over $100,000 a day in fuel, labor, and equipment costs. With 4 wash plants and a massive fleet of 60 machines, there's no room for error. Every hour of downtime costs thousands, and every broken machine delays his chance to take advantage of the record prices. The rising gold market has effectively turned this season into a race against time. The opportunity for historic profits has also created an equally historic level of stress. For Parker, failure this season would mean not just a missed chance, but millions of dollars lost. Few miners understand the long game better than Tony Beets, the king of the Klondike. After decades in the business, Tony knows that high prices attract everyone, and that means competition is fiercer than ever. At the start of Season 16, Tony strikes early gold, pulling in $500,000 in just 1 week. It's a promising start, but it also sets a tough standard to maintain. With record gold prices, every week becomes a test of consistency. Equipment failures, crew disputes, and unpredictable weather can quickly erase the advantage. Adding to Tony's challenges is family tension. As his children take on bigger roles in the business, leadership conflicts begin to surface. Kevin Beets, stepping up as a full-fledged mine boss, is determined to double his gold output from last year. The high market prices make that goal even more critical and more stressful. The Beets family may be chasing record paydays, but the emotional and managerial cost of keeping a massive operation running in such conditions can be just as steep as the fuel bills. For Rick Ness, record prices don't mean easy money, they mean higher stakes. Starting the season with no water license, no claim, and a half-sized crew, Rick enters Season 16 in survival mode. Yet, with gold at $3,800 an ounce, he knows this might be his last, best chance to make it big. Desperate to turn things around, Rick takes a gamble on a new piece of ground, a decision that could either save his career or bury it. But the harsh truth of the mining industry is that high gold prices often come with inflated costs. Fuel, parts, and even labor all become more expensive. Every decision Rick makes this season carries a heavier price tag. If his new claim doesn't pay off quickly, he risks losing everything: his machines, his crew, and his place in the Gold Rush lineup. Season 16 of Gold Rush captures the paradox of mining at a time when the market is booming. Yes, high gold prices create incredible potential, but they also magnify every mistake. For miners, it's not enough to find gold, they have to find it efficiently, fast, and at a scale large enough to offset skyrocketing costs. As Discovery teased, this season is a cutthroat scramble, not just against nature, but against economics. Crews are expanding their operations, taking on more debt, and working longer hours to chase those record profits. But with the Yukon's short mining season and harsh conditions, even the best laid plans can fall apart in an instant.